Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
Hello and welcome to the Popternative podcast. It's the podcast and talk show where we have digital discussions from the worlds of TV, film, pop culture, social media, everything really, depending on the guest. We talk about it all. As always, I'm your host, Peter Remoliotis. And on social media, you know me as PD Beats. You will recognize my guest from a show on AMC called Nosferatu. We're with Ashley Romans. Ashley, welcome to Popternative.
Thank you for having me. Let me tell you, when my rep told me I was going to be doing this interview, I watched a lot of your videos, which are awesome.
Thank you.
And I feel like I know you. So when you called me, I was like, oh, PD Beats, what's up?
Well, thank you so much. It means a lot. I mean, Nosferatu, which is spelt with numbers and different things. You know what I mean?
You figured out, which I was impressed with. Yeah.
The look of the show is just amazing. Congrats to you and the cast and the crew on that. It just looks amazing. Is it safe to say that we're like the content that's coming out right now in the last couple of years? It just looks unbelievable, Ashley.
Oh, absolutely. I think we figured out that there's different ways to tell a story than just like great acting and just great music or all these. We're learning different mediums, and we realized too that we like to see things that are visually aesthetic, like aesthetically pleasing. I mean, and I think this show does a really great job with that.
Absolutely. We'll get into the show, of course, which is on AMC. But before that, I want to know, because like whether people act, they write, they direct, they're all like storytellers. So You're a storyteller. So when did Ashley Romans decide that she wanted to be a storyteller?
When I was very young, I would stay up and watch Nick at Night with my dad, like all the time, like as late as I wanted to. And I remember, was I Love Lucy on Nick at Night? I think it was at one point.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Three's Company, Cheers, all these stories. And I mean, the comedy from all of those stories was there was some type of misunderstanding that couldn't get solved with cell phones back then. But I really loved watching that, and I realized, wow, I want to do that. And then when I saw my sister play Ruth from Lorraine Hansberry's Raisin in the Sun, I realized, oh, I could do that. That's accessible for the first time. It felt like something I could do. And I think my sister is like one of the coolest people. But yeah, seeing her act for the first time, I was like, I got to do that.
And she's been working for like acting for a while too, right?
My sister?
Yeah.
No, it was her high school production.
Oh, it was just high school production.
Yeah, it was her high school production of Raisin in the Sun. She is an artist, she's a writer, and she's an actor as well, but she spends most of her time writing.
That's interesting. Do you kind of help each other out, do you think, sometimes? Like give each other advice? Does that ever happen?
So, yeah, my sister's probably one of the coolest people I know, and she was my first artistic inspiration.
No, for sure. Absolutely. So, Nosferatu on AMC. Mm-hmm. People are familiar with Nosferatu. You know what I mean? It is a it's a legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What can they expect with this take that you are part of on AMC for people that have not watched it?
Okay, so people who have not seen this show, it's based off Joe Hill's best-selling novel by the same name, NOS4A2. And it's kind of a play. We find out that that's actually that character's nickname that he coined.
Are they saying it like you said it? Because I just call it Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. Oh, NOS4A2? No, I don't think anyone said it like that. It's just me.
So people are saying Nosferatu, right?
Yeah, you say Nosferatu.
Okay, because you said that, and I was like, oh no, am I like not supposed to say it like that? Is that why it's there? Like, God.
You're right. I don't know why I said it like that, actually.
So yeah, sorry, continue. It's based on the book.
Yeah, so it's based off the book. And the book follows Vic McQueen and her journey to killing Charlie Manx, or finding Charlie Manx, who is the Nosferatu. He's a vampire who uses his car to suck the souls out of children. which is oddly applicable to this time, I think, that we're in. If you want to talk about toxic patriarchy. But yeah, so it's about Vic McQueen and her journey to becoming a better person and being a um, uh, intense artist. We use the term, we use the term, um, gosh, what's it? Highly creative. There you go. Strong
Absolutely.
creative.
But and I was reading too, like you are now a series regular on Nosferatu, correct?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Pretty awesome. Yeah. They told me at the end of the first season that I was going to be a regular for next season, which I mean, if you're in Hollywood long enough, you just kind of that stuff there's no promises for anything. So it was really nice coming back and being a part of the team. Such an awesome team of people.
Absolutely. So that's a great segue to my next question. I mean, you're kind of the cast and crew of this show is amazing. There's some people there's people that people recognize, of course. Talk a little bit more about that. How it was like working with certain people on the show.
Wow, I can honestly say across the board that everyone on the show is awesome, and like without exception. You think like, especially with so much talent and so much experience, there'll be a couple of exceptions, but no.
And sometimes it's not like rainbows and butterflies sometimes, right? Like sometimes
No, it's not. But I can honestly say everyone is as good of a person as they are a talent. Like, I mean, Ashley Cummings she inspired me to be just a better global citizen in general. She's very dedicated to sustainability and, uh, sustainability. So she environmentally friendly clothing and just that level of integrity is so you can see it like permeate her entire life.
yeah.
And then Cara is a great person. Virginia and Evan, Jonathan, Zachary Quinto is a wonderful human being. Ola, like
Zachary Quinto, like
just great humans.
did you so can you take us through a little bit, like, you audition for this role, right?
Yeah.
You get the role.
Mm-hmm.
When you get the role, you don't know who else has been casted, obviously, right?
Well, I did know, but I didn't know that. Yeah.
So does that happen? Like, is that the norm though? Like, does it sometimes happen where you show up to something and you like don't really know who's gonna be there?
Yeah, it's funny because you could know everything about the show, right? You can know, and you still go in with zero expectations of how that experience is going to be. So you might as well know nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's the norm, especially when it's a new show. I knew Zachary and Ashley were cast because they were the first two cast, and there were articles about it. So as an actor, when you do your research, you find that stuff out. When I've done other shows, sometimes I can know the entire cast. It could be the same cast for like 9 seasons, and you still don't really know who you're going to be doing your scenes with or certain things. So
for sure. And it's on AMC, and AMC obviously has an amazing track record with TV shows. How does it feel to be part of like the AMC like family of like shows?
It feels really good. It feels really cool. I could leave it. I mean, yeah, I've been watching AMC for years, so just to be on in their family, working on their team, I couldn't ask for a better team.
For sure. Now, Joe Hill, who wrote the novel, he's written some other shows that have also become TV. He's written other books that like have become TV shows.
Yeah, he's on a roll,
which is awesome.
That whole family is just talented.
Have you seen some of his other stuff or read some of his other stuff?
Lock and Key.
So
I like the comics. Yeah, I saw you had Amelia Jones on.
Yes. I don't have the plug. Like, you're plugging for me. This is awesome.
Oh, I got you. PD Beats. I got you.
No, it's really cool when, you have people like yourself that are amazing and are on some of the biggest shows on some of the biggest networks, right? And it's just fun just to kind of chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I find like, you know what I mean? Like I just like, like you said, there's a lot of horrible things going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
And I think one of the only like good things going on in the world that is not much is the amount of amazing content that is out there right now.
I hope people remember that. I hope people remember
Have
exactly.
you noticed that's the only like good like bright thing of our society these past couple of months?
Have you noticed during quarantine when everyone was in intense isolation, who they ran to? They ran to artists on TV to feel okay again.
It's almost gonna be. Do you think it's gonna become like a movement, like they're gonna make it. It's gonna be like the quarantine, like chronicles or something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It could be. It very well could be. I remember one time I saw
the isolation era. Sorry.
Oh no, isolation era.
They could call it the isolation because you have to socially isolate the isolation era.
The isolation era of television.
Yeah. I think we're onto something here.
I think we could coin the term, Petey.
So, oh, sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna just coin it to the Great Awakening or like the golden era of some of other.
Well, it definitely is the golden era of television because especially with streaming platforms, like these shows look so good, like it's insane.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What have you been watching besides,
Eve?
Pardon me?
Killing Eve. Yes. I May Destroy You. Which Michaela Coel, I've loved her since Chewing Gum. If I could work with somebody, I would. She's up there.
That just got launched, right? I May Destroy You.
I May Destroy. Yeah, it just got launched. Yeah, like a couple Sundays ago, and it's fantastic.
I can't keep up. There's so much stuff out there.
It's great.
Yeah, but it's like I want to watch all of it, but sometimes it's like I found out there was a movie, about like these female skaters, and they made like a spin-off show on it called Betty on HBO.
Betty, yeah, that's I saw it.
But at the I think Skate Kitchen or something is the movie.
Yeah.
And it's about these like girls that skateboard, and it's awesome.
In New York. Yeah.
Yeah, the movie was amazing, but there's a show, and I found that out like yesterday.
I found out now there's a movie.
Yeah, it's like loosely based on like a movie.
Okay.
But I'm a big fan of two genres. I'm a big fan of the horror genre, which your show kind of touches on a little bit. You know, it's vampires. Of course, there's going to be some aspects of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I love the slice of life. I love watching a show or a movie where I can relate to the characters, where the dialogue kind of feels like you just like a dialogue you'd have with your parents or some friends at work. You know what I mean? Are you in the same boat as me? Do you feel like that's kind of it's wholesome, genuine content, the slice of life era?
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, Betty kind of felt like that actually. Just, you know, it felt like kind of reminded me of Kids a little bit, but you know. And what I like about Nosferatu is that it does defy so many genres. Sometimes it feels like a procedural. Sometimes it feels like a family drama. Sometimes it is most times a horror show. So I think that's really cool.
No, absolutely. What are you hoping that people get out of Nosferatu? Like they watch the show. What do you want them to get out of it, Ashley?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Oh, that's why I'm here, right? I don't want to make it easy for you.
You tripped me up there. I hope that I really I'm not going to hope that they get anything out of it. I don't want to put my expectations on them. But what I got out of it was a really great story of what it costs to be creative, what creativity costs you. And also to the people who change the world are the people who have the imagination to see how it's supposed to be.
Yep.
And those are the kind of people we need, especially right now. Even the building you're sitting in, or like the songs we listened to, they're just the physical manifestations of somebody else's imagination. And that's who creates the world. And those are the worlds we live in. So you have a character like Charlie Manx, and his imagination creates Christmas land where mothers are the enemy and children work for him. And he's the toxic patriarchy. And we go and we live in his world for a little bit, and then we live in Vic's world. And I think that's what I want people to get out of that. They're the creators of their own world.
No, absolutely. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for coming on Popternative.
Thank you, PD. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Where can they follow you on social media? And they could watch Nosferatu season 1 on AMC, correct?
On AMC and BBC. So BBC America.
There you go. And where can they follow you on social media?
Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at RomansAsh, and Twitter, RomansAsh, actually.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. And seriously, though, because, I have a lot of friends that are in the entertainment industry. It is a grind. You guys are working so hard. And, you became a series regular. So I just wanted to say congratulations on that, because that's really awesome.
Thanks, PD. And congrats to you, too. You're doing awesome stuff.
I appreciate that. Well, this has been Popternative. YouTube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. You can check out Ashley Romans in Nosferatu. Or how do we also call it?
NOS4A2.
Boom. YouTube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. And until next time, this is Ashley Romans and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.